See if you need to do a
I
include
saw
you.
that.
You're going to be my co-host tonight, okay?
Oh,
I
all
usually
right.
just talk, but since you're on here, let's just talk together. Is that okay?
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. But first, let's get into it. And everybody who's coming in, you're watching Real Talk with your boy Noland Pruitt on Instagram. We're always on Facebook. But so I was telling them I have new music, but you have new music. But before we get into your new music, tell us a little bit about how you started. The people who don't know you, you're a vocal arranger, you're a singer. Do you do some writing, Isaiah?
Yes, yes, I
Oh,
am getting into writing more.
okay. Oh, you so professional. I am getting into writing. Okay, so he writes. But tell us a little bit about your beginning journey, because I believe everybody has a start somewhere. So how did yours start for you?
Honestly, I have been singing since I was a kid. Of course, I'm out here in California, born and raised out here in California. My mom's side of the family is there. I got my singing genes from that side of the family.
Okay.
Um, but my mother, um, she was the one whenever we would drive anywhere, she was because she's the minister of music at our church. She would always have music playing, all types of different music playing, to learn, to teach at the choir. But also, whenever we were in the car, she would start me at a young age. She would play it and she'd say, "Okay, so sing this part." I'd sing it, and remember, I'm a kid, so I'm still trying to. I don't know what
You have
him
an out of
part,
control vibrato.
I don't know what I out of control vibrato. I sound like a goat. Two, I don't
Right.
know I don't know what parts are.
Right.
So I'm just singing, and then my mother, she'll literally stop. She would literally stop the song and say, "No, you're floating. You're floating to another section. I need you to take it back." And she would literally start the song back from the beginning and have me try it again. So
Wow.
that's literally how I had literally started developing my love for music. It's really
Okay.
from my mother.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, that's good teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Because as for me though, bro, I had to like nobody in my family sung,
See,
so I had to do this by myself.
yep,
Okay,
yep,
so
yep,
that's
yep.
good. So y'all, let me tell you something. Who's watching this and who will watch this later? Y'all better respect the leadership that you got, because a
Literally.
lot of us had to get it on our own. But that's so good. So tell me,
Yes.
since we talked about your mother, tell me a couple of the songs that she would do at a young age, and then two. Let me put a question in with that. When did you realize that this is something that I wanted to pursue? What was that moment for you?
Okay, so songs that I remember, one of my first songs that my mother, actually one of my first solos that I ever did was Save Your More Than Life to Me by Kirk Franklin and the Family.
Okay.
That was one of my first songs, and then Precious Lord was one of my were
Oh,
my two first solos as a
okay.
kid. And my first solo, I got up crying, acting like I didn't want to sing. But then
I'm
my
sick
mom
of
sitting on
this
the
church.
piano. My literally, my mom sitting on the piano. I'm looking over like, I don't want to sing. I don't want to sing.
Yeah.
She's like, you gonna sing?
Yeah.
So that was one of the pivotal moments. And then she would literally just keep giving me songs to do. And then I was a part of there was a teen choir formed at the church,
Uh huh.
and I was a member, and I was like 6 years old in a 13 and up choir,
Okay.
because I was able to. We there?
Okay, we here.
Okay. Yeah, no. So at that time, um, of course, at that time, since I was younger, my register was a lot higher. So I was a full singing all types of soprano notes that I know I can't hit now.
But you
So
still got a good range on you though.
that's my head tone. You got to be able to learn how to work your head tone.
Because most singers.
Outside of that, I'm a bass
Oh,
in my chest voice. No, I'm a tenor, but I've been able to. I had to train my head tone because when puberty hit, that was when I started really doubting, and I said I don't think I'll ever be able to sing
yeah.
because I can't hit nothing that I used to be able to hit. I can't do the runs that I used to be able to do as a kid. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. And then my mother was still the one that would push me and still would give me songs to sing in the choir. I'm like, Mom, you hear my voice. I'm not able to hit this.
Yeah.
But she just kept, she literally kept, because I believe that she definitely saw something in me. So she kept pushing me, kept giving me songs, and it caused me to practice even more. So
Yeah.
then I would really continue to strengthen my head voice. And strengthening my head voice really came when I started teaching the choir.
Oh,
I taught my very first song when I was 15 to the choir. And so getting into teaching, learning parts, because I always want to teach the right parts. So I would always really, really try and learn everything to its fullest capacity.
okay, cool. So let's move on. Let's fast forward. So you're learning parts. You're building a rapport. Your voice is stretching. What was the moment when you realized I wanted to do this professionally, or I wanted to try to pursue? Because now social media has gotten to know you from you're the dopest. Okay, what do they call that, bro? When you put your video
The
beside
script,
other boxes, what is it
the
called?
mashups. I just normally call them a mashup.
The mashups. You are known for the mashups, and you do it. And I don't give. Listen, if you coming on my show, that means I honor what you do, young man.
I
So
appreciate that.
you do some of the most. Fun fact: I was on the phone literally with Denise Clark Bradford, and so I said, Aunt Denise, I said, have you heard the I just that one that you did for Dr. Maddie Moss Clark, right? The little
Yes.
Whatever, and she was like, "Oh, I loved it. It was just
Yeah.
so beautiful." She was like, "Oh,
Man, that is dope.
that's dope. I mean,
That's
people
really
like
dope.
the Clark sisters, people like who are really taking notice to your videos. So, how did that start for you doing the mashups that you do?
Literally, I had seen like a few people trying to do them online. So I was like, this is pretty dope. And I like learning parts anyway. So I tried it on a song that I was teaching to my group,
Yeah.
And then it just started going from there, and I just kept doing them. And honestly, it gave me more. It taught me more to be more precise with my voice,
Yeah.
because, of course, we don't want it to sound a mess. So I would just literally just continue to perfect it and strengthen my voice and everything. But that, I'd say, when did it really just turn to where I wanted to do it professionally? I'd say I was definitely. I got out and I was just like, I started. I had arranged a song for. I arranged a song. I don't remember the artist now, and that's a shame. But I had arranged one of the first songs. I was
No
just like,
shade to the
okay,
artist, whoever that
now
is.
no
Shade
shade
to
at
this
all.
artist.
But I was like, okay, this is pretty cool.
Okay.
Then I started getting into more just singing BGVs, and
Yeah.
then I had the opportunity to sing behind Zebulon Ellis when he came out here, and
Yeah.
then I had did one of the videos to one of his songs.
Okay.
After I did that, I had gotten a message from Dwayne Woods asking me if I would be his vocal director and arrange his live recording that he had 2 years ago. And
Oh.
he said that he had found me from that video, and that was when I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is a change. This is like, because that was totally different. I've never arranged a full album, been a vocal director for anything.
Yeah.
So that was when it started really changing for me.
That's what's up. That's
Hmm.
what's up. Okay, I see you guys coming in. You're watching Real Talk with your boy Noland Pruitt. Of course, we are always on Facebook, but tonight we are on Instagram with the one and only Isaiah Zay. I call him Isaiah Zay. Okay, he's the man with the plan. And so now you're moving on. Now you're doing stuff for artists like Dwayne Woods. You're doing stuff for who else have you worked with? Let's get into that. Who else have you worked with?
I did. I arranged for Charles Butler and
Okay.
Trinity for their last live recording. I did one of their songs. I've done a few. I've worked with a lot of local artists, definitely. But my two majors have been Charles, Dwayne, and that's been the
Okay.
major of it.
Cool. So let's get into this. Okay, so we got a lot to do. We're gonna have fun, all right? This is a
Yes, we
place where you
are.
can all my guests be who you are and be free to be who you are, okay? So teach me, if I was a singer, R&B or country or gospel, you know our background. We're more of the
Yep.
gospel, inspirational music. But if I was an R&B singer, learning from you, because when I tell y'all, Real Talk watchers, he's one of the well-trained singers I've ever heard. He is one of the well-trained singers.
I appreciate that.
And that's a big thing. That's a difference from just being a singer and being a well-trained singer. So teach me, on the spot, bro. Give me some things that if you hear a song right now, what would you have me to start with if I was trying to work on some runs? If I was trying to work on just tone, what would you have me do?
Okay, so I'm not the best.
For free. So
I'm not the biggest runner. So, but my thing would be more on the tone side.
Okay.
If you were, one of my biggest things is when I get a song, I would literally study it from top to bottom. Where are they breathing? Where are they cutting off their words and everything? Like my biggest one, I would always study Donald Lawrence and Company. That was the biggest one that I would always study.
So, like you do an exercise, and then I'm gonna try to see if I can do it. We're gonna play match that run or match that. All right, I'm doing it for y'all. Okay, who will watch this later? I'm doing it for y'all. It's some of the best.
Let's do. What's the song we can do?
I gotta set up straight. Hold on.
Oh Lord Jesus, what is the song that we can do?
They call us our chairs.
Let's do. I got a story to tell you about some things that I've been through, but I'm healed. Oh, I'm healed. You see where all the breath and stuff come in? Just I literally would study everything. So had some ups and some downs, level to the ground. It's literally like everything, level to the ground. Right. Everything that they would do, I would literally just sit there and study. So let's go, Nolan.
I don't know. You got to do it again.
So let's do. I got a story to tell you about some things that I've been through, but I'm healed. Oh, I'm healed. All right, let's go.
I got a story to tell you about some things that I've been through, but I'm healed. Oh, I'm healed.
That's the next one.
I'm trying to match your. Okay, so let's hit it again.
That is literally, literally like match it all.
You have to match his vibrato when he hits it and when he cuts it off. You have to match the tone, and you have to match the correct breath, the airy sound that we want. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, so you do it one more time for the people, and if I don't get it this time, that means because you didn't do it right. Okay.
Okay, let's go. I got a story to tell you about some things that I've been through, but I'm healed. Oh, I'm healed. All right.
I got a story to tell you about some things that I've been through, but I'm healed. Oh, I'm healed.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Look closer, right?
There you go.
So singing, so doing that for the people, we're trying to get the message across that singing has so many components to it.
Yes, it does.
It's just not about getting up there and doing it karaoke style.
Not at all.
Because you'll be known as a karaoke singer for the rest of your life. There's so much. So tell me, just if you had to tell somebody, and we'll get into your music and we're moving, but just give me two things that you would suggest a singer work on to build these muscles.
Literally, get you sing. Don't take a break. Sing constantly.
Okay.
Find you. Honestly, I couldn't even say limit yourself to like two artists. I would literally say find you a good library for you to literally study.
Okay.
Even if you just start with one section, literally study songs from top to bottom, everything that they're saying, the way that they're delivering, the way that they're holding notes, the way that they're crescendoing, decrescendoing, everything. Literally just study it. Okay. Like nonstop.
All right, you heard it from the best. Isaiah and Nolan, we did a little practice. We may do something later. So let's move on. So, okay, of course, now you are a recording. Now he went from doing mashups, y'all, on social media, getting attention from social media. Now he is doing recordings. But this is not your first. This new one, this is your third or second, right?
No, this is so the group that I am over is a young group at my church, young adult group called the Unlimited Ensemble.
Okay.
We started that little background. We started out as literally the youth choir under my mom. We were the youth choir. We were the ones that were literally forced to sing, or we get whooped if we didn't sing, you
Okay.
know. But then it was like, so we just kept singing, and then we were also in the part of the adult choir. But it was like we started getting to that age to where we were like, okay, we don't want to be called the youth choir,
Right.
and
Right.
we don't want to just only be in the adult choir. So it was just like, okay, we're gonna keep this ensemble. And at that time, my mom had wanted to start an ensemble, like a smaller version of the adult choir.
Yeah.
And so we were just like, okay, we're gonna keep this, but what are we gonna do? We're gonna make it the young adult ensemble. And then we just said we're gonna call it the Unlimited Ensemble. And that's where we've just been going. We we turned into the Unlimited Ensemble about 6 years ago.
Okay.
And so we've had about we've had three concerts within the past
That's
six
what
years.
I thought they
Yes.
were
No.
recordings. Okay.
Mm-mm.
These
They've
are
been
concerts.
concerts.
Right.
But this third concert was our release concert for our first EP that we
Okay.
ever recorded.
Okay.
So that's what it was.
Okay. Cool. 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 So
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about the singers because they're well trained singers as well. What are your demands on them, and how do you guys um figure your way out in this in trying to be in the industry? Because now there's a difference, right? Now be with me now, and for the ones that are watching, this is real talk. I keep it very real, very raw. Okay, there's a difference if you want to be what do they call those? A local soul review artist. So what I
Mm-hmm.
mean by that is if you want to go around and just, sing at different events and do things of that nature, sing at weddings, that's one field.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to be step into what the business or try to get in the business aspect to record and to get units sold and all that different stuff, that's a wholly different segment. So
Mm-hmm.
publicly, you guys are now pursuing and getting into the industry, correct? You
Getting
guys
into
are going.
recording.
Okay, so what is that? How are you in your head? Because I know I stress out on my own stuff. So what you got a
Yes.
whole group of people you're
So
responsible for. How's that work?
and that's totally and that remember that's a different field for us because we've never recorded together. Um so it was like that was a whole new field for us. Of course I've worked with others recording, but being able to record with something from a group that I'm over at the church, it was like that was a whole totally different field. So it was like I had to, and always, even outside of the recording aspect, I'm always on them with listening to your music before a rehearsal and